You will be moving into this person's house very soon. See this picture before it gets deleted. My beloved child, this is not a random moment, and this is not just another video passing through your screen. You were drawn here because a door is already opening in the unseen. Somewhere, there is a house you have not yet stepped into, but it already knows your name. Its walls are waiting for your laughter, its rooms are preparing space for your presence, and its silence has been holding a place just for you. Don't skip, because what you are about to hear connects directly to what you are about to live. This is not imagination, this is alignment. A shift has already begun, and the first sign is that you are listening right now. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with a single image that feels familiar for a reason you can't yet explain. Listen closely now, because the picture mentioned in the title is not ordinary. When you see it, you may feel a strange pull, a quiet recognition, as if your spirit whispers, "I've been here before." That feeling is not coincidence. That house represents safety, stability, and a future that is no longer distant. Every delay you faced before this moment was shaping you to fit perfectly into what's coming next. Don't skip, this is the moment where uncertainty turns into direction. You won't move there by force, fear, or desperation. You will move there because circumstances will align naturally, almost effortlessly, and you will look back and realize everything had to happen exactly this way. Stay till the end, because this transition is bigger than a change of address, it is a change of season. Now breathe, and let this sink in. You are not stepping into someone else's space as a guest, you are stepping into a chapter prepared for you. The house symbolizes belonging, shared destiny, and a bond that is stronger than timing itself. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of patience, and it's closer than you think. Don't skip, because every word from here forward carries weight. What you are sensing is real, what you are feeling is valid, and what is coming is already moving toward you. Stay till the end, because the next part will reveal why this shift is happening now, and why it could not have happened any sooner. There is a reason this message continues, and it is because the story is not finished yet. What you are sensing right now is momentum, the kind that cannot be stopped once it begins. The idea of moving into this person's house is not about walls or a roof, it is about alignment. Paths that once ran parallel are starting to merge, quietly and powerfully. Stay till the end, because this is where confusion starts turning into clarity. The delays, the unanswered questions, the moments where you almost gave up, they were not setbacks. They were adjustments. Don't skip, because every pause you endured was preparing you to arrive at the right place, at the right time, with the right heart. Pay attention to how this feels, because the feeling is the confirmation. This connection is not rushed, forced, or chaotic. It grows naturally, like something that has always been meant to exist. The house represents shared space, shared energy, and shared future decisions. It speaks of trust forming where doubt once lived, and comfort replacing uncertainty. Something huge is waiting for you, and it doesn't announce itself loudly, it reveals itself steadily. Stay till the end, because you are not stepping into instability, you are stepping into grounding. This transition is happening because you are finally ready to receive without fear, and to stay without questioning your worth. Now understand this clearly: when this shift happens, it will feel calm, not dramatic. You will recognize it by the peace that surrounds it. No chasing, no convincing, no proving, just a natural next step that feels inevitable. Don't skip, because this is the moment where you stop wondering if, and start realizing when. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of patience, and the door is already unlocked. Stay till the end, because what comes next will explain why this connection is protected, why this space is significant, and why your presence there will feel like coming home rather than moving somewhere new. Something subtle is unfolding beneath the surface now, and it's important you feel this rather than rush past it. This stage is about recognition, the moment when your heart starts understanding before your mind catches up. You may notice signs lining up in quiet ways, conversations that feel deeper than before, decisions becoming easier, fear losing its grip. This is not coincidence, it is confirmation. Stay till the end, because this is where inner resistance begins to dissolve. The move you're sensing is not sudden, it has been forming through trust, patience, and emotional readiness. You are not being pulled forward blindly, you are being guided gently into a space that matches who you've become. What makes this moment powerful is that nothing feels forced anymore. The house symbolizes stability, but also mutual understanding. It reflects a shared rhythm, where two lives begin to move in sync without effort. You may feel moments of hesitation, that's natural. But notice how peace follows every time you lean into the idea instead of fighting it. That peace is your signal. Something huge is waiting for you, not in the future you imagine, but in the reality that is already assembling itself. Don't skip, because this phase is about trust, trusting timing, trusting growth, and trusting that you don't need chaos for something to be real. Let this truth settle quietly: you are not losing your independence, you are gaining belonging. The shift ahead brings emotional safety, warmth, and a sense of arrival that feels earned. When the moment comes, it won't shock you, it will feel right. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals why this transition brings healing, not just change, and why this shared space becomes a turning point rather than just a destination. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins the moment you stop questioning whether you deserve it and start accepting that you do. What happens next is quieter, but far more powerful than anything you've experienced before. This is the phase where reality starts to rearrange itself around your readiness. You may not see fireworks or dramatic announcements, but you will feel certainty replacing doubt. The idea of that house no longer feels distant, it feels practical, possible, and strangely natural. Stay till the end, because this is where intention becomes movement. The universe doesn't rush what is meant to last, and that is why everything now feels steady instead of chaotic. You are being guided into something stable, something that grows stronger with time, not weaker. Notice how your thoughts are changing. You are no longer asking, "What if it fails?" but quietly wondering, "How will it unfold?" That shift matters more than you realize. The house represents more than a physical place. It symbolizes shared responsibility, shared peace, and shared vision. This is about building, not escaping. Don't skip, because this part reveals why you were protected from earlier opportunities that looked similar but were not aligned. If you had stepped in too early, it would not have felt like home. Now, the timing matches your growth, and the connection carries maturity instead of uncertainty. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's rooted in emotional safety, not excitement alone. Here is the truth you need to hear clearly: when this transition happens, it will feel earned. You will not feel small, dependent, or unsure. You will feel chosen, welcomed, and secure. The space you are moving toward holds room for your voice, your presence, and your future plans. Stay till the end, because the next part will explain why this shift changes how you see commitment, trust, and belonging forever. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the quiet confidence that you are exactly where you need to be, right before everything finally aligns. This is where everything begins to make sense, even the moments that once felt confusing or unfair. You are stepping into a phase where clarity replaces guessing, and calm replaces restlessness. The idea of that house now carries a feeling of permanence, not pressure. It is no longer a question of, if this happens, but a recognition that the path is already forming beneath your feet. Stay till the end, because this is the moment when your heart stops resisting what your soul has known for a long time. The shift you are approaching is gentle, intentional, and deeply grounding. You may notice yourself becoming more open, more expressive, and less guarded. That is not accidental. It is a response to safety. The house symbolizes a space where you don't have to perform or protect yourself, you can simply exist as you are. This is where conversations become honest, silence becomes comfortable, and presence becomes enough. Don't skip, because this stage explains why the connection feels stronger without being loud. Something huge is waiting for you, and it shows up as consistency, reassurance, and a sense of, I can breathe here. These are the signs of something real taking root. Now understand this final truth for this part: you are not moving toward something unknown, you are returning to something familiar on a deeper level. The future you are walking into mirrors the growth you've already done within yourself. Stay till the end, because the next part will reveal how this transition reshapes your daily life, your priorities, and the way you see yourself. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the quiet realization that you no longer need to search. Because what you were seeking is already preparing space for you. This is the stage where the change starts touching your everyday thoughts, not just your imagination. You may find yourself picturing simple moments, waking up peacefully, sharing space without tension, feeling settled instead of restless. These visions are not fantasies, they are previews. Stay till the end, because this is where anticipation becomes acceptance. The house represents routine turning into comfort, and stability becoming your new normal. You are not being swept into something overwhelming, you are being invited into something steady and nourishing. Pay attention to how your priorities are shifting. Things that once consumed your energy no longer hold the same power. You are choosing peace over proving, connection over chaos. This is a sign of readiness. Don't skip, because this part explains why the transition feels calm instead of dramatic. You have already done the inner work, and now the outer world is responding. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives through small, meaningful changes that quietly transform your life without demanding struggle. Let this truth settle gently: when you step into this new space, you will feel supported rather than uncertain. The house symbolizes shared life rhythms. Mutual respect, emotional warmth, and trust built day by day. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this shift strengthens your sense of self rather than diminishing it. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with realizing that stability is not boring, it is the foundation for everything you've been hoping to grow. Now the focus turns inward, because this change is not only about where you live, but about who you are becoming. You may feel a deeper sense of self-respect rising, as if you no longer need to question your value in any space you enter. Stay till the end, because this is where confidence grows quietly. The house you are moving toward reflects the strength you've built within yourself, boundaries, clarity, and emotional maturity. This is not about losing yourself in someone else's world. It is about bringing your whole self into a space that can hold you. Notice how your reactions are softer, your thoughts clearer, and your expectations healthier. These are signs that you are aligning with something sustainable. Don't skip, because this part explains why the connection feels balanced rather than intense. Balance is what lasts. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives without fear or urgency. It comes with respect, patience, and mutual understanding. This is the kind of foundation that supports growth instead of draining it. Here is what you need to know now. When you step into this shared space, you will not feel smaller, you will feel expanded. Your voice will matter, your presence will be felt, and your comfort will be considered. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this transition brings long-term stability and emotional security into your life. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the calm realization that you are finally stepping into a place where you are fully seen and genuinely welcomed. This is where the future stops feeling distant and starts feeling tangible. You may sense a quiet excitement, not the kind that overwhelms you, but the kind that reassures you. Stay till the end, because this phase is about trust solidifying. The house symbolizes continuity, the idea that tomorrow does not feel uncertain when you imagine it anymore. You are not guessing your next step, you are recognizing it. This is what alignment feels like when it becomes real. You may notice that your fears no longer speak as loudly. Doubt tries to appear, but it no longer controls the direction. That shift matters. Don't skip, because this part explains why you feel calmer even while approaching change. Something huge is waiting for you, and it doesn't arrive with chaos, it arrives with clarity. The connection tied to this space feels reliable, grounded, and emotionally safe. This is not about passion alone, it is about partnership and shared direction. Let this settle deeply. The move ahead brings consistency into your life. Shared mornings, shared decisions, shared quiet moments that strengthen trust over time. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this stability allows you to grow more freely, not less. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with realizing that peace is not the absence of excitement, it is the presence of security. Now you begin to understand why everything unfolded in the order it did. The waiting, the uncertainty, the moments where nothing seemed to move, they were aligning you with something that could last. Stay till the end, because this part is about recognition. The house represents a future that doesn't require constant effort to maintain. It stands for ease, shared responsibility, and emotional balance. You are stepping into a phase where life feels less like survival and more like living. You may feel a stronger sense of emotional clarity now. What you want is simpler, cleaner, and more honest than before. Don't skip, because this shift explains why distractions are falling away. Something huge is waiting for you, and it comes with focus. The space you are moving toward supports your peace rather than competing with it. This is where you begin to feel rooted, not restricted. Hold on to this truth as you move forward. Stability does not mean stagnation. It creates room for growth, creativity, and deeper connection. Stay till the end, because the next part will show how this transition strengthens your future choices and brings long-term fulfillment. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the quiet certainty that you are no longer wandering, you are arriving. This is the point where the shift becomes undeniable, even if nothing dramatic has happened yet. Inside you, something has settled. You are no longer searching for signs every minute, because a deep knowing has taken their place. Stay till the end, because this is where trust replaces anticipation. The house you are moving toward now feels like a decision already made by life itself. You may notice that your energy is calmer, your thoughts more grounded, as if your future is no longer a question mark but a sentence slowly finishing itself. What's changing most is how you relate to uncertainty. Things that once made you anxious no longer shake you the same way. That's because you are standing on firmer ground internally. The house represents reliability, not perfection, but consistency. A place where misunderstandings are resolved, not avoided. Where presence matters more than promises. Something huge is waiting for you, and it shows up as emotional safety. This is not about losing excitement, it's about gaining peace that doesn't disappear the moment things get quiet. Let this land clearly. When this move happens, it will feel like a natural continuation, not a leap into the unknown. You won't feel rushed, pressured, or unsure. You'll feel ready. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this transition begins influencing your long-term vision, your plans, your confidence, and the way you see the road ahead. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the calm certainty that you are no longer preparing for life to start. You are already living inside the direction you were meant to go. Now the picture becomes clearer, not because everything is explained, but because you no longer need every answer. There is a quiet confidence growing inside you, a sense that whatever comes next will be handled with strength and calm. Stay till the end, because this is where maturity shows itself. The house you are moving toward symbolizes a future where decisions are shared, burdens are lighter, and support is mutual. You are not carrying everything alone anymore, and that realization brings relief you didn't know you were missing. You may notice how your expectations have shifted from intensity to reliability. That change is powerful. Don't skip, because this part explains why you feel steadier even when things are still unfolding. Something huge is waiting for you, and it comes in the form of consistency, showing up, listening, understanding. This is where trust grows naturally, without fear of it being broken by small misunderstandings. The space ahead invites honesty and patience, not perfection. Let this truth settle fully. When you step into this next chapter, you will feel grounded rather than overwhelmed. The house represents shared life, shared goals, and shared emotional space. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this stability transforms your sense of purpose and direction. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with realizing that peace is no longer something you chase, it's something you are finally stepping into. This is the moment where reflection turns into quiet gratitude. You may catch yourself appreciating small things more deeply, as if your heart knows it is moving towards something meaningful. Stay till the end, because this phase is about acknowledgement. The house you are drawn to represents not just where you will be, but who you have become to arrive there. Every lesson, every pause, every redirection shaped you into someone ready for stability without fear of losing yourself. You may feel a gentle sense of belonging even before the move happens. That is important. Don't skip, because this feeling explains why you are no longer afraid of settling in. Something huge is waiting for you, and it comes with acceptance. Being valued for who you are, not for what you provide. The space ahead feels warm, intentional, and safe, allowing you to relax into your authenticity without needing to guard your heart. Hold this truth close now, this transition honors your growth. You are not stepping backward or giving something up, you are expanding. Stay till the end, because the next part will reveal how this shift opens new possibilities in your life, not by pushing you forward, but by giving you a strong place to stand. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with recognizing that you are finally ready to receive what has been quietly preparing for you all along. Now you start to sense how this change reshapes the way you see your future. It's no longer scattered or uncertain, it feels structured, supported, and intentional. Stay till the end, because this part is about vision. The house you are moving toward represents a stable base from which everything else can grow. It's where plans stop feeling fragile and start feeling achievable. You are no longer dreaming alone, you are imagining a life built with consistency and care. You may notice a deeper trust forming, not just in another person, but in yourself. Don't skip, because this is important. Something huge is waiting for you, and it's tied to self-belief. You are learning that you can choose stability without sacrificing joy, and commitment without losing freedom. The space ahead supports your ambitions instead of limiting them. It becomes a place where ideas are nurtured, not dismissed. Let this settle fully. This transition brings alignment between who you are and how you live. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this shift influences your sense of security, confidence, and emotional balance. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the realization that your future no longer feels heavy, it feels held. A deeper layer is opening now, and this part carries weight, so feel it slowly. You are reaching a point where the idea of home changes meaning for you. It is no longer just a location, it becomes an emotional state. The house you are moving toward represents grounding after long emotional travel. For a long time, you were strong alone, adapting, adjusting, surviving. Now life is shifting you into a phase where strength is shared, where stability is not something you fight for but something that surrounds you. Stay till the end, because this is where emotional security replaces emotional endurance. The timing feels gentle because you are no longer being tested, you are being trusted with something real. You may begin to notice that your nervous system feels calmer when you think about the future. That is not imagination. It is alignment. This connection, this shared space, does not drain you, it steadies you. Conversations feel easier, decisions feel clearer, and silence feels safe instead of uncomfortable. Something huge is waiting for you, and it shows itself through emotional consistency. The house symbolizes a place where you are not questioned for needing rest, love, or reassurance. You are allowed to be human there. You are allowed to soften. And that is powerful, because softness after survival is not weakness. It is healing. Now understand this deeply: when you step into this phase, you are not starting from zero. You are arriving with wisdom. You know what you will no longer tolerate. You know what peace feels like. And because of that, the space you are moving into respects you. It mirrors your growth. Stay till the end, because this part matters more than you realize. Something huge is waiting for you, not as a dramatic moment, but as a lasting reality. A life where you no longer feel like you are passing through places, because you have finally arrived somewhere that feels like it was waiting for you all along. Now the energy begins to settle into certainty, and this is where the shift becomes personal. You may realize that you are no longer afraid of permanence. What once felt heavy now feels reassuring. The idea of sharing space, sharing routines, sharing silence no longer triggers resistance, it brings calm. Stay till the end, because this is the stage where fear quietly steps aside. The house you are moving toward represents emotional reliability, the kind that doesn't disappear when life gets quiet. You are stepping into a phase where consistency feels comforting instead of limiting, and that change says everything about how much you have grown. You may notice how your heart feels steadier when you imagine daily life there. Not perfect, not dramatic, just real. This matters. Something huge is waiting for you, and it arrives through grounded moments, not sudden thrills. The space ahead supports honesty, patience, and mutual care. You are not expected to shrink, perform, or prove anything. You are simply welcomed. That ease is the sign you've been asking for. It's the difference between wanting something badly and being ready to live inside it fully. Let this truth settle now. This transition strengthens you. It doesn't take away your independence. It gives it a place to rest. You are not losing freedom, you are gaining stability that allows freedom to flourish. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this shift impacts your emotional confidence and the way you move through the world. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with realizing that you are no longer bracing yourself for loss. You are opening yourself to something built to last. A quiet assurance is growing now, and it feels different from hope. Hope waits. This does not wait. This feels settled, grounded, almost familiar. You may notice that when you think about the move, there is no rush in your body anymore. That is because your spirit recognizes safety. Stay till the end, because this is where inner peace becomes the loudest confirmation. The house you are moving toward symbolizes a space where your guard naturally lowers, where you are not alert for disappointment, and where trust no longer feels risky. You may find yourself caring less about outside opinions and more about what feels right inside. That shift is powerful. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires clarity more than courage. You are no longer proving your worth, you are living it. The shared space ahead honors your boundaries and respects your emotional rhythm. This is not a place of confusion or imbalance. It is a place of mutual presence, where effort flows both ways and understanding grows with time. Let this settle deeply now. You are not walking into uncertainty, you are walking into alignment. Everything about this transition supports your growth, not your fear. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this move begins influencing your sense of stability in every area of life. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the calm realization that you are no longer preparing for peace, you are stepping directly into it. Now the impact of this change begins to ripple outward, touching more than just one part of your life. You may notice that you feel steadier in your decisions, clearer in your communication, and more grounded in who you are. This is not accidental. Stay till the end, because this is where stability multiplies. The house you are moving toward becomes an anchor, a place that strengthens you rather than distracts you. From this grounded place, everything else begins to align more easily. You may sense that your emotional reactions are softer, less defensive, more thoughtful. That is growth responding to safety. Something huge is waiting for you, and it expresses itself as balance. The shared space ahead supports your emotional well-being, allowing you to show up fully without fear of being misunderstood. You are no longer bracing yourself for instability, you are settling into reliability, and that changes how you move through the world. Hold on to this truth. When your foundation is strong, your confidence expands naturally. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this transition influences your future relationships, goals, and sense of direction. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with realizing that stability in one area of life can transform everything else. A sense of quiet momentum is building now, and it feels steady rather than rushed. You may notice that life around you is beginning to organize itself. Conversations aligning, decisions becoming simpler, distractions fading without effort. This is not chance. This is readiness meeting opportunity. Stay till the end, because this part is about integration. The house you are moving toward becomes a stabilizing force, a place where your energy settles instead of scattering. From this grounded position, you start responding to life instead of reacting to it, and that shift changes everything. You may feel more emotionally available, not because you are trying, but because you feel safe enough to be. That safety matters. Something huge is waiting for you, and it shows itself through emotional openness without fear. The shared space ahead allows honesty to exist without tension and vulnerability without consequences. You are not walking on eggshells anymore. You are standing on solid ground. This environment supports your growth, your rest, and your expression equally, and that balance is rare and valuable. Let this truth settle completely. This transition marks the end of constant adjustment. You are no longer bending yourself to fit situations that don't honor you. The space you are moving into meets you where you are and grows with you. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals how this foundation shapes your future sense of belonging and long-term fulfillment. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the deep realization that you are no longer searching for stability, you are finally living inside it. This is the moment where everything settles into truth. Not a dramatic ending, not a loud announcement, just a deep knowing that you have arrived at the right place in your life. When the move happens, it will feel natural, almost obvious, like something that was always meant to unfold this way. Stay till the end, because this final realization matters. The house you are moving into represents belonging without effort. You won't need to explain yourself there. You won't need to prove your intentions or soften your needs. You will simply exist, and that will be enough. This is what alignment feels like when it becomes real. You will look back at the version of yourself who waited, who doubted, who held on through uncertainty, and you will feel compassion, not regret. Every step led here. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not just a place, but a sense of emotional arrival. The shared space ahead carries trust, consistency, and quiet joy. It becomes the background where your life unfolds with less resistance and more ease. This is where peace stops being temporary and starts becoming part of your daily rhythm. Now let this land gently and completely. You were never late, never behind, never mistaken for hoping. You were preparing. And preparation always ends with arrival. Don't skip this feeling, hold it. Because what's coming is stable, grounded, and real. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins the moment you accept that this chapter is not about searching anymore. It's about living, building, and finally feeling at home, inside the space, and inside yourself.